Hey! Now, there's a reason why we're doing what we're doing here today. Mainly because we can't get enough of ourselves.
We're giant marks for each other.
Huge marks. Big time. And, you know, if no one else is going to put you over, you might as well put yourself over. So that's why we're here. Reason being, today marks the 2-year anniversary of one of the greatest matches of my career, and I'm sure one of the greatest matches of Mr. Gabriel Gallo's career. Our tables, ladders, and chairs match from September 10th, 2010. There's a lot that went into that match, a lot of history behind there. You want to tell them a little bit about what that was about? Because I forget.
Yeah, sure. I kind of hit you kind of hard there a couple times. Well, let's see. It started actually in 2009 when we were with another company. And you were just starting out with your partner, Frenchie Riviera, as the first squad. Yep. It was the first company actually to allow you guys to be a team together. Yeah,
a little backstory there. Frenchie and I had wanted a team for a while. Once Frenchie and I had met each other, we clicked right away. Our personalities got along. We had the same mentality as far as wrestling went. And we tried to pitch a couple different ideas to different promoters, let us team, and no one wanted to give either of us a chance. So kind of we were like, you know, brushed to the side. And this other company that we're talking about right now, we actually had the chance for the first time to team together, and we never stopped until we parted ways years later. But go ahead.
Yeah, with this other company, it was great. We, for some reason, we just all wound up working together. It was actually, I was teaming with a student of mine named Ryan Castellucci. He was going by Ryan Castle then. And one of my other students was our manager, Baby K. And we wound up doing this tag team tournament, heavyweight tournament that put us all against each other. And the chemistry was right there in that company. We went from our first shows of doing like 30 to 60 people to our last show there after you guys won the tag, or no, our second last show there, the show you guys won the tag titles on, there was over 1,200 people in the building. And it was they wanted to see that match, and it was really good. And
the catalyst, though, was the hatred from myself and Frenchie Riviera with
me.
Gallo, and whoever he was teaming with was in the crosshair, so to speak. That's what everything was based around. I don't know how that came about or why that came about.
It was just magic. It was just the right time. It was just there, and it was very real too. It was very true to life. Everybody felt the realism in it, that we all hated one another, and that we weren't out to prove a point. We were out to prove a point. We weren't there just to entertain people. I mean, people really believed we hated each other, which sometimes I thought we did.
But I did the entertaining.
Yeah, definitely. And I did the ass kicking.
Yeah,
still the same.
But they got their money's worth. I mean,
definitely every time. And
it was entertaining, and the matches were really good, and the story was there. And when you have those three things, that's a recipe for success. And I think that's why the hatred or the feud with the
they were just able to hook onto it like that.
And it just kept going and going from there. And then skip ahead here.
Skip ahead. That company shuts down, and here we all roll full steam ahead into another company that we all put our heart and soul into there for about a year, maybe 2 years almost. And we actually weren't going to feud in that one. We started, and it was a random match. It was a random booking from the promoter that we got booked. It was me and Dom against one another at a show, and that match just was extremely hot. It got over really well. And
that was only the second time we had wrestled, I think,
as a singles match.
Right?
Yeah. So second time as a singles match, you and I wrestled each other. And it led into, actually a week later at Toby Keith's, I Love This Bar and Grill it was like our first or second show there. And we wound up getting a deal there to where we were wrestling every 2 weeks. And I wound up wrestling your partner, Frenchie, my future partner. And during the course of the match, don't know what happened. It was really good. It was really hot. The hatred was still there. The crowd was buying into it. And somehow in the course of that match, I broke Frenchie's arm with a kick, really bad. He finished the match.
And that's not a you know, like storyline or whatever you want to call it, breaking of the arm. Like, he legitimately kicked Frenchie in the arm.
Frenchie blocked it, and it snapped. His forearm snapped. He had to go to the hospital.
He's got some screws in there.
He's a tough guy, because actually Frenchie finished the match. Just told me, you know, afterwards he was in the back icing his arm and said it hurt. Thought he had just bruised a muscle, and the next day he was in the hospital and he had to go in for surgery, and they put plates and screws in his arm. And you know, I felt real bad there.
It's not the last time, because he has a history of getting hurt and getting dropped on his head. And
yeah.
finishing.
Point being, this prick over here didn't think that it was an accident. Didn't think it was an accident, which led into our confrontation after confrontation, black eyes after busted lips after, and the magic was there again, and the crowd just came along with it. And after about our original feud in the other company started in about September, October of '09, and so now here we are in another company, full circle. A year later, September, we're doing our second really big show, our first being obviously the first show, and then we had a bunch of big shows, mediocre or medium-sized shows after that.
Just a little setup for that too is Frenchie obviously was injured at the time, so he couldn't avenge his own injury with Gallo. So I was the only active member of the team while Frenchie was on the shelf. So I kind of just stepped into that role. Well, okay, I'm going to avenge you, my partner Frenchie. I'll go after Gallo myself. But Frenchie was still around. He was still helping me out, helping me get to Gallo. You know, if you saw the numbers game, even though Frenchie only had the one arm.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the culmination where we just do a bunch of dirty shit to Gallo, you know, and jump him and do all this different stuff, and you know, chairs or whatever. And it wasn't like this match was just kind of like, oh, let's just do a gimmick match and let's throw it out there and just because.
No, yeah, there was a lot of emotion behind it. There was
made
a lot of
sense to do this.
Yeah.
That's the only place we could go at this point. It got so violent and so hot and so heated that the only way to settle the score, so to speak, was one of the most violent matches that you can take part in, tables, ladders, and chairs. And actually, Frenchie's return, was that his return match?
That was his return match.
Same night.
Same night against Chewy Martinez in a hardcore match.
So this was the final go-around for him and I. And then Frenchie was going to just kind of knock some of the rust off in his match, and then he was going to go right after him after we were done.
And it worked out like magic. Like I said, it was our biggest show yet. We were nervous because the pre-sales were low. You remember that?
Yeah.
And we were wondering what it was going to be like, and it was at the Marquee Theater, which is a really great venue down here in Arizona. And we had Tommy Dreamer on the show, Val Venus. There's a bunch of great guys. Andrew Hellman, Manimal. There's a bunch of great guys out there that were on this show. That whole company at the time was really hot. And there's a lot of great guys that were, every match was trying to top the match before it, which is a little bit different than most of the wrestling companies, you know, the standard style of wrestling. You know, we actually decided, hey, this is the way the old school was. Let's try something new. So everybody make it make sense, but try to top everybody. Everybody tried to have match of the night. And it actually worked out.
Everybody did try to do that.
And it did, and we worked, and it came time for us to go out. And I remember just hearing them say TLC, and that's when we heard how many people are actually out there, and the crowd just popped.
There was a rabid little crowd out there. Not little, it was actually a pretty big
Quite
crowd.
full. If I remember correctly, the numbers were around 500 or 600 that filled that building.
For an indie show out in the Arizona, Tempe, Phoenix, Arizona.
But that was all walk-up.
Yeah, that's unheard of for an indie show out here. But there was a lot of buzz around town, and like I said, people legitimately thought that we hated each other, and to a certain degree, we did hate each other. You know, you
had to have that realism in it to make people believe it, because if you don't believe it, they're not going to believe it. So I hated him for a year.
Like you said, I
hated him.
He was giving me legitimate black eyes on a regular basis, and vice versa, busted lips. Like that's not, you know, part of the show or whatever. Like that was real. Like they were getting laid in.
You know, watching Danny Boy Collins and Fifth Finley back, you know, chain matches. I had to, you know, I liked that chemistry that we both liked it. We liked the fact that we liked to make people think it was real, and to us we believed it was real. Mm-hmm. And just this match was something very special, and the way it worked out, it was magic. Everything flowed. And I just want to throw this out there about all that crap. You know, everyone's saying wrestling is what is it, choreographed, or I'm going to say this right now. We did not talk to each other before this match. We just
it was basically, hey, are the tables, ladders, and chairs out there? Oh, they are. Okay, well,
and that was it. And we had been working with each other for almost a year now. We knew each other probably better than you know, our girlfriends, brothers, sisters, whatever, knew each other, and we just went out there, and the whole goal was to have match of the night, and I think we did it. And after, we really like to hear from your opinions on that, so after you watch this match, please comment, and if you feel like this was as good as we felt it was, because I personally think it's one of my best matches ever. That's my top 5, my number 1 in my top 5, only followed by, it's actually tied with my stretcher match with Frenchie, but these...
That's definitely the best match I've ever had, and that kind of like, it kind of feels weird to say that because I'm a traditionalist. I don't want to have a gimmick match, a gimmick match as my favorite match. But when you include all the parts, no match I've had since then or before then matches up to that. You know, it had everything to it.
So here we're gonna end this little interview, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah, just to give them an idea of what it is.
Giving you a little what was going on, and so try to give you a backstory to it, and
we'll give you the match right now with a little added bonus because of the 2-year anniversary. What we're going to do is we're going to have our own supply our own commentary for the match, just to kind of give you a little insight about what was going through our minds, what led up to certain things, and just to kind of give you a better idea of how special and how important this match was. So this will be the version of the match with the special Freak Squad commentary by myself, Dom Vitalli, and Gabriel Gallo. But if you'd like to watch the match in its entirety with none of our two stupid faces or stupid voices talking during the match,
it's on our YouTube accounts.
It'll be up as well. Enjoy, like I said.
Here you go. It's King of No Rules Gabriel Gallo versus Don the Bomb Vitalli. TLC, EXW's, what was it?
The Day the
Earth Stood Still.
September 10th.
September 10th, 2010. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Top that.
You're such a prick.
Coming out House of Fire on your Dom. How'd that feel?
That hurt.
Oh. You can blame my old tag partner for years showing me how to chop like that, because for years I never threw a punch.
Dude, those fucking hurt so bad. I hated taking that shit, but I'm glad I don't have to take it anymore. That's good. That hurt too. You fucking.
Yeah, is that why you ran away right there?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's why I got scared right there. Oh god. Oh, I want to do my disclaimer here for the shitty welfare tights that I'm wearing. The dried half afro, mid growing out the hair stage, and out of shape body for this match. I apologize.
As I've said many times, you looked like a prepubescent, pre-steroid Lou Ferrigno right there. If Lou Ferrigno was at 14 years old, had a skinny body and a fat ass.
Yeah, Lou Ferrigno wishes he was at home. I'm just kidding. Totally
and there you go. The spot that used to scare the shit out of me every time you would do it. I just gotta say, every time I threw you, I thought you were dead.
Yeah, but like I'm really good at wrestling.
Well, I mean, you are rather bottom heavy at this time, so it did just bring you back down to your feet. Yeah. So I guess you're okay.
That was always scary. You know, you were so much bigger than I was. The only thing that made sense was to fucking die. So.
Can I throw my disclaimer in here that yes, those are Scott Hall tights, and I'm very proud of them. Thank you very much. But they're different because they're tights.
Isn't that kind of weird that I wear those sometimes these days?
Yeah, I got white ones, you got red ones, and black ones.
Why would you wear the same outfit a murderer murdered you? That was the back chop, you dickhead! I got so mad. I was like appalled that you fucking did that.
Hey, you know what? It was good for business.
No, not mine. You can see the anti-Freak Squad shirts in the front row, and then you can see me in the front row.
You know, I'm going to take back my previous number of 500, because I actually think we're closer to about 800 in the building right now. Because if I remember correctly, we put out 600 chairs, and those were all full, and they were still standing room.
Yeah.
People were still standing.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you're probably closer to 8. Easily, yeah. And they were hot too. I mean, listen to them. And that guy with the friggin' microphone, I swore
megaphone?
to... Yeah,
that's
dude.
funny. Where we were is like these rabid fans that like they love the. What did you do?
I just touched it because it started to fucking dim.
Fuck.
Does it erase everything? You can't just start it up again?
It's still going.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at that.
No, but I don't know. I can't splice that.
Fuck it.
I know.
Hey, guess what? Realism, folks. Shit happens. We fucked up on the audio. So anyways, as we move on.
I don't know what just had. Just did a somersault, I think, and like leg dropped you. I guess. I don't know. Fuck, man. At this
Listen
point,
to that crowd, dude.
At this point, they want tables. But no, see, that's the difference between other people and us. We tell them what they're gonna get.
Dude,
it was a very split crowd. During this match. Like,
it was half of them. What I thought was funny was the guy with the microphone or the megaphone that was going for you, and then going for me at the same time.
That's what I was gonna say. Like a lot of people that were cheering for each of us. So it's kind of like, who the fuck do
Oh,
you
look
want
at
to win
that.
this match?
The first ladder is being used.
Or is it?
Or is it?
Good little reaction for that. The first appearance of the weapon that they were hoping to see, anyways.
What I think is funny is how they were chanting, "We want tables, we want tables," and we pull out a
This isn't,
ladder.
fuck you, you're getting a ladder.
And actually, I think that was a trend through this whole thing, was that the crowd would be chanting one thing, and we would totally do the opposite, and we wouldn't give it to them until we were ready.
And which was right now.
Oh, that ladder quickly became my best friend, your worst enemy.
Yeah, no, that none of this never was like, oh, this will be fine. No,
Oh,
not fine.
Ouch.
Not fine at all. There's the great referee Jesse Arenke checking me to make sure I'm not dead yet, as we all know that comes later. This was scary, to say the least. See, okay, all right, so here's this one comes right now. This right there, right in my fucking face, like right in my face.
dude.
I thought I broke my nose or broke my
Dude.
orbital bone or something at that point. Like
Dude, it's just a little ladder, bro. Fucking rub some dirt on it. Fucking walk on, dude.
I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
he crushed
What,
me.
you think
and-
you're going to walk into a TLC match and get away clean? Hell no.
Actually, yes, I did. I fully
No.
expected to win this match.
I fully expected it to die at some point in time in this match, to tell you the truth.
I'm just like, leave me alone. Don't touch me. Leave me be.
So, yeah.
Oh, no.
Die. Die.
That's not-
Die.
That was not cool. Were you like mad or something? You'd swear that I beat you with a chair a couple times before this or something.
Hey. Yeah, kind of like you hit me in the head, in the back somewhere. The chairs.
Could have happened.
Punched me in the face and leg dropped me on the head. You know?
Might have happened sometime or another.
Hit me with a cast.
Oh, and there's the first blood appearance of the evening.
You just got a little scratch, you big sissy.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you get fiberglass. to the
Oh,
face.
that was the worst right there. Just punching me in the face. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Dude, you whine a lot.
I know. A lot. This is where it gets fun. Oh, wait, outside. Well, not for me. Oh, I hate you. I wish you kicked you in the dick there.
Oh,
I think
you
that's what I
did.
was trying to do. Look at him, just bullying me.
Dude, you
Look at
act like you're so friggin' innocent. You're a friggin' asshole.
I know. Uh-oh. You're such a team player, or a man of the fans. They asked for me and you gave them to me. Or you gave me to them. And now you say, let's carry on. And I'll murder you the rest of the way inside the ring. I've watched this match a bunch of times, and right now I don't know what happens next.
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's probably because I
it's like
knocked
seeing
you
it.
stupid.
Yeah. It's like seeing it for the first time. That again.
It happens.
This.
Dude, it's not, dude.
Yeah, not
that
cool,
was in the
man,
thigh.
not cool.
That was in the thigh.
And
that's
that was the face.
Odes to Otani. Odes to Otani.
Don't worry, I get my little payback here coming up.
Just so everyone knows, yes, I did steal that from Steve Carino, who stole that from Shinjiro Otani in 01. Yes, that is true. I am a thief.
I figured. I knew you didn't come up with that on your own. You're not that good.
Hell
You're not
no.
that good. This was fun for me.
Oh.
Now think about this right now, Gallo. How many fucking people out there right now would kill to have been me in that situation, fucking caving your head in with a chair?
Are we talking about just the state of Arizona or in the wrestling world in general?
In the wrestling world in general, because you're the devil.
Oh, yeah. Let's say
And we have so many freedom fighters out there.
I definitely don't have that many fans, right?
Well, too bad. This is where I get the upper hand, apparently, for the first time in my life on you.
Oh, you know, I totally forgot about that chair.
Yeah, and why did you pull the chair off and put it on your head?
It got stuck.
Oh yeah, totally got stuck. My bad. And the worst super kick ever.
which is a common trend with you.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, like familiarity now. Like people are like, oh, Dom's gonna throw a super kick, and I'm like, my super kicks kind of suck actually.
What I want to know is how the hell you could throw something that looks so bad it hurts so fucking bad.
Isn't that weird? Like,
it hurts as bad as it looks.
Like when it looks cool. Like, it probably doesn't hurt. But when it looks like shit, that's like when I'm really kicking someone's face off, I think. I don't know.
That's funny.
Like, I don't want to do that at all, ever again. I never want to throw another fucking super kick in my life. But people, for some reason, are like, oh,
you look like a young Shawn
kick.
Michaels.
Yeah. Oh, well, that too.
You look like a young Shawn Michaels. You need a super kick.
What can I say? You know? Young Shawn Michaels. Now, I believe that's where you...
That's where you gave me a short-term memory loss.
Yes. And that's where your blood flows. Just as payback. This is where we mix AIDS, is that right? To see whose string of AIDS is worse, yours or mine.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, quick cameo by Chris, our main head of security here in the front row, now at 01. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris, how you doing? From the front row to head of security. Look at that.
What a good dude.
Who's this dude with the blue rag on and the afro running around with the DXW shirt on the camera?
He was like, I don't know, some like kid that like, I think
he just jumped the railing and started videotaping?
No, I think like Frenchie brought him along. Or he was like, I think he lasted like a day training with Frenchie, and like Frenchie killed him or something. He pussed out and like, I don't know. Which is common. All right, now here's my favorite part. Well, one of my favorite parts.
All right, dude. You know what, dude? This is some bullshit. Because I thought chairs weren't supposed to be tied together for fire code or something.
I had every intention at this point right now
of murdering me.
Climbing these ropes as I'm doing and jumping into the crowd somersault style a la Rob Van Dam in his heyday onto Mr. Gallo, who I'm thinking right now is, oh my god, what a pussy, he totally pussed out.
Man, the chairs were locked together. We would have killed everybody.
Yeah, we were trying to clear the chairs out. Didn't realize they were all tied together. But then I'm like, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going for it. And that's what happened. Once they started booing me for not doing it, I was like, you know what? Fuck him. I'm going for it.
I was fucking, you're a dick. I'm just letting you know that. You know what? How come I didn't kill you in this match? I'm sometimes mad.
You had your chance.
I did.
What are you
look at those sweet Scott Hall tights right there. Look at that.
Look at those fucking sweet fucking $9 eBay tights that I got on. But I have a good excuse, man. At this time I was hard up for cash, man. I was fucking college student, you know, like paying my way, supporting myself, you know, and I was broke as shit, and I had to get what I could. But at least I got real gear, so to speak. I guess I don't know.
I got real gear too. Scott Hall imitations. Or what you look like after having gonorrhea for 9 years.
Bloody? Bleeding out of your crotch? Look at Chris marking out in the front row. Yeah, table.
So you know who we're talking about, Chris, is the bald one with the goatee.
Yes. And this is okay. So this is the first appearance of the table. I'm trying to get the table in. I get it caught in the ropes. The table leg actually breaks because I've never touched a table before in a wrestling match until this time. And I get pissed and I tell Jesse, you bring the fucking table in the ring. Because I broke it. So then I can just blame it on Jesse if something bad happened. I'm like, oh, Jesse fucking broke the table leg. What an idiot. But thankfully nothing bad happened, and it still, you know, served its purpose in the match, as you'll see coming up here in a few minutes. But we almost fucked that up big time. Well, I did. Sorry.
You did. I don't fuck nothing up.
Well, the table weighed more than I did, so what do you expect?
That happens all the time.
I had a lot of trouble fucking getting that table in there. Hey, look at that table's like from the 70s. Look at that thing. Christ.
I just wanted to be known, too, that besides the fact that this was a great match, are wrestlers supposed to buy their own props, or is it supposed to be supplied by the company? Because I'm still waiting on that friggin' check.
Were we supposed to be reimbursed for the weaponry?
Were we supposed to get paid? I don't know.
We won't go there.
Fuck.
But, you know.
No, this show was actually really important to the whole company at the time. We were a young company, and we were hoping that it was going to go, but...
Yeah.
looking back on things now, sometimes you wish you weren't going to be so nice.
I know, right? Seriously. Okay.
First time ever taking a Frankensteiner in my life, and I go through a friggin' table head first.
Sorry the camera missed it, but that's pretty much what happened.
By the
Crowd
way,
seems to like it, I guess. I don't know.
Scariest thing I've ever done, by the way, is take a Frankensteiner from the top rope through a table.
Hey.
Just thought I'd say that. Well, no. At this particular moment of my life, scariest thing I've done. There's probably about 6 more times in this match that topped that.
Would it make you feel any better if I told you that that was the very first time I've ever done a Frankensteiner?
You're fucking joking with me right now, right?
I honestly have the worst memory ever. I have no idea. It could have been. It could not have been. I really don't know.
But you're a real asshole.
There's probably a good chance that it was.
You're a real asshole, you know that? Because I seem to remember you saying, "Oh no, dude, I just haven't done it for a while. It's cool. I do it all the time."
That's the thing. To this day, I can say I've never done that before. I'll just do it out there, and I do it, and it comes out okay. Like, I don't mind. Like, I'll try shit and see what happens. And unless I know that I'm gonna like fucking kill somebody, then I won't do it. But come on. Okay, now this table is like the Incredible Hulk of tables. It's not, like, I don't even know where we found that thing, but that's not built like one of those old
that
PCW
table weighed fucking so much. I remember putting it under the ring. That thing weighed like 50, 60 friggin' pounds. I'm not even exaggerating right now. That thing was so fucking heavy, and the table legs were like pieces of rebar.
Yeah, it was heavy duty, man. Like,
Holy
I was like,
shit.
if one of us has to go through this thing, I don't think it's gonna break. So like those Japanese tables, you ever see those videos? They got like those, they're fucking tables they use, never break. They're like little, like, they're
I don't know
narrow
what you're
and shit.
talking about. I broke real good when I went through them.
Oh yeah, you've been to Japan. I forgot. Sorry. Who have you ever beat besides me in this match? This is me getting scared. Oh, don't throw me over, please. Oh, no, sell the balls. No, sell the balls. Throw some back and forth.
Okay, this is quite possibly the worst bump.
This was the worst bump of the match.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna fucking.
We have time since we dive for a while here, so let's give them the insight. That was for me
and myself
the most painful thing that I've ever gone through in a wrestling match since I started wrestling back in 2001.
That hurt so bad. I remember laying there, and I swear I couldn't hear out of the sound of my head pounding. Like, I thought I broke every bone from my neck to my ass.
That was so painful. It not only like knocked the wind out of me, it like sent shockwaves through my body. Like, I didn't know what was wrong with me.
Let me throw a little thing for you, in case you folks at home missed it. We overshot the table and hit it with our tailbones, and basically landed on our heads and back on the concrete with the side rushing.
You can see it on the other angle. Like, we were 6 inches to a foot away from like not hitting the table at all. So we got off pretty easy there. I think that could have been way worse. But you saved my life actually inadvertently by having my head hooked for that side Russian.
I did, but not my elbow.
Yeah,
somehow.
you still have that bone chip in there too.
Yeah, I had a bone chip originally in the tip of my elbow, and it moved. And at the end of this match, I remember being in the back and looking. And from then on to now, that bone chip is now on the side of my elbow. So.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's kind of weird, huh? See, I'm sitting there playing with it right now, and it used to be right in the front.
Look at that! I just drop kicked that a couple seconds ago, right in your stupid face.
Yeah,
we're friends now.
Great way to break my rib cage. Thanks, buddy.
Little chop suey.
Great way to protect your opponent.
Yeah, that first time I ever did that. Not bad though, right? I think that was the first.
How many things did you do that you actually never tried before?
But I usually would just do the first time things with you.
Because if you killed me, it would be good for business, right?
Yeah, two reasons.
It would go with the story.
One, like.
Oh, look at that sweet kick out. Do you see that?
Why are you kicking out? You should just called it a night right there.
Dude.
We could have went to the bay window early.
We could have stood in line early for the front of the line. Who makes you think you get in front of the line, Val Vetus? Hey, get in the back of the line, dreamer.
Wasn't that weird that night when we went to the pay window and there was an out of order sign on?
That was so strange. Was it weirder when you kept looking up and seeing like Tommy Dreamer and Val looking through the curtain watching the fucking match?
I don't know who they are. Who they ever beat? Come on.
I beat Val.
I did too. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
You do know that I am actually a former Intercontinental Champion by default. You do realize that in my own fucking twisted logic that I have. Face. Oh no.
No neck.
Oh, the worst. Not even hooked neck. I got really mad. You could tell. I'm like, I suck so bad. I didn't even hook him for that.
You know what's worse is you legitimately I thought broke my neck. It's cool.
You just don't know how to work, Gallo. That's all.
Bro.
Sorry, man.
Walk and talk, bro. Walk and talk.
What's that? What's that?
Dude, I don't know. I just bought my tights at Spencer's, man. Come on.
Now, I don't know what I want to do.
I was just
right
shopping
here.
next to you.
What was I going to do right here when I come? What? Like, give you the flying ball sack? Like, what? Like,
I don't know.
I'm like, I'll show you. I'll give you my balls. And then I get a roll the dice.
You're trying to go,
instead.
since you are kind of like an X-Pac wannabe, I think you're trying to go for the highest Bronco Buster ever.
But at that time, I wasn't welfare X-Pac. I was just like welfare generic, out of shape guy.
You were like Marty Jannetty. You're like welfare Marty Jannetty at that time without the hair. You're like Marty Jannetty now.
That's a sweet Gallo sign, actually.
I know.
That's pretty cool. You know what they were doing during this match? They were calling they're like, come over here, dummy baby, I got weapons for you. And like, I just pretty much
it was
no-sold
weird.
them
I was
all.
just like, outside there, I found a bunch of cheese on the ground, and I kept hearing like little rats running around. It was really weird, dude. Really weird. Like,
you're terrible. There's no need. There's no need.
Dude, there was like these little like bald tails sticking out from underneath the ring. I just had to keep grabbing a couple after the show. What?
What about your character?
What about my integrity?
Look
at that sweet table.
That was a sweet table provided by Chucky there.
Just so everybody knows, when I pulled that thing out and the EXW sign was actually like facing the right way.
You're like, thank God.
I had no idea.
Oh, man.
I actually kind of thought that we had already used the table.
Oh, I don't even know what's going on.
This, I know, because this is leading up to the one and only time you've ever thrown a good super kick, and it knocked my frigging block off.
Oh, is it that one?
Yeah.
I should have retired the super kick.
That's the one you should retire the super kick on.
I don't think I've landed a super kick since that one. Yet people still call for the super kick. I'll never
you are a young Shawn Michaels.
Well, it all comes back to that, you know?
You're a young Shawn
Who
Michaels.
am I to argue that point?
I mean, like, if Shawn Michaels ever, was unathletic and Puerto Rican and had a big ass.
Whoa, unathletic? Come on now.
Okay.
Stop
Maybe
it.
not
Stop
unathletic.
it.
But definitely can't can't throw a super kick higher than a fucking 12-year-old girl.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely. Look at that fucking hair. Oh, my God. I just want to jump through the screen and punch him in the face. God. Okay, I was really scared to climb this ladder, so I actually had Jesse hold it because it's very unsteady. And that's,
I actually was worried that you were going to come down and hit me. So I moved.
Touche. I was like, too much hot dogging from the old heel ski.
He looks like he's gonna hit me. I'm gonna move. Look at that! Oh, through the table with the Macho Man wannabe elbow drop.
Yeah, that kind of sucked. That kind of hurt a little bit.
And here comes probably the stiffest STF ever.
I can vouch for that. This was like pretty stiff. I'm like, this sucks. Not being able to breathe kind of sucked. So my logic is, what can I grab to slam off your stupid head? And I see this chair, which I slowly crawl to try to get. And the rope. No, I was trying for the rope break. And it's a TLC match. There is no rope break. Then I see the chair. Then you see the chair. Now here, what? I'm legitimately being choked unconscious. I literally cannot breathe, and I'm out. I'm pretty much out right here.
Dude, you deserved it. You did a lot of prickish things in there. Did you see that super kick?
Yeah, but I'm out.
Hey, 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato floor, bro. That's all I gotta say.
And I'm like, oh, thank God it's over. Thank God I can breathe. Thank God I'm alive. Please don't touch me again. Oh, he's touching me again. Oh, please don't do it.
This was for that. Remember that time when you blackened my eye and busted my lip at AZ Country? There you go. Take that. As I said, one potato, two potato, three potato floor.
Oh, gosh. This is very unsportsmanlike of you. Oh, let the record show I never tapped out. Mainly because I was incapacitated to do so.
You were dead. You were dead.
I could have tapped out, but I was more concerned about trying to get that fucking chair off my neck. I couldn't breathe. Thank you, Jesse, stopping the match and like saving my life essentially.
Here's just so nobody, because everybody can't see it, but Frenchie Riviera is out right now.
That sexy son of a bitch.
After his match with Chewy, where he beat Chewy, and he's all wrapped up and bloody and gross and.
Oh, because he was a bloody mess. That's my part. That was my original partner, Frenchie, that came to save the day. And from here, him and Gallo would go have some fun with each other.
We would. But that was a fun match right there.
There you have it.
That was.
What, you got anything else you want to say about it?
Yeah, that was a year's worth of blood, sweat, and tears up until that point, ending our feud with you, my feud with you, and going on to your partner.
Yeah. I think it was hope you guys enjoyed the match. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. We tried to be as entertaining as we could. And leave some comments, leave some feedback. Let us know what you think. And if we get good feedback on this, maybe we'll do it again sometime with something else.
Yeah, you never know. But until then, guys, keep watching wrestling, having fun, and support pro wrestling.
Stay scummy.
Oh, yeah, definitely stay scummy.
Later.